Michael Shikha Niketan Higher Secondary Government Sponsored Co-ed English Medium School has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel.
Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss again the current electricity, and the topic is about electromagnetism. Last day we have already discussed about the action of current carrying conductor on the magnet. Today we are going to discuss that when an electric field is a magnetic field is generated and there is a conductor is placed in the magnetic field, then what happens? So when an electric field is generated and conductor is placed on the electric field in perpendicular position, then the magnetic field will exert a force on the conductor and the conductor will begins to move. So this is the phenomenon. So we will detect the direction of motion with the help of Fleming's left hand rule. Direction of motion of what? Direction of motion of the conductor. Suppose this is we are stretching our left hand in this way. So this is they are in mutually perpendicular position. So this is the actual position of our hand. This is the forefinger, which is, suppose this is magnetic field. Our forefinger indicates magnetic field and our middle finger indicates the flow of current. Our middle finger indicates the flow of current. Then they are in mutually perpendicular position 90 degree, and then this thumb will indicate the direction of motion. So this is the direction of motion of the conductor, and in between these three sides they have again 90 degree angle. They have again 90 degree angle in between them. So this type of arrangement is known as, they are arranged in a mutually perpendicular position. They are aligned in a mutually perpendicular position. So the statement of Fleming's left hand rule is, stretch the forefinger, middle finger and thumb of your left hand. So basically this is the way of stretching forefinger, middle finger and thumb. In a mutually perpendicular way, if the forefinger points the direction of magnetic field, so this is the direction of magnetic field, and the middle finger points the direction of current, this is the direction of current, then the thumb, direction of current through the conductor, then the thumb will indicate the direction of motion. Look at very carefully, and if you place your left hand also like this way, you will understand the concept very clearly. And this is Fleming's left hand rule, which will be applied in many appliances. The Barlow's wheel is an arrangement where a star-shaped wheel is present here, and this is the conductor through which the current is flowing. Direction of current is flowing. And the wheel is rotating in such a way that each tooth touches the mercury. Here base is here a groove is present that is filled with mercury, and it is placed with the in between two magnets. This is the north pole of the magnet, this is the south pole of the magnet, and this is placed in between the magnets, and this wheel touches this tooth. Each tooth, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tooths. One tooth will touch the mercury level only one time, and then the current that is flowing through the conductor, it will be passed through metallic wheel, and it will also pass through the mercury. So due to inertia, whenever this arrangement is happening, due to there is a magnetic field that is generated. Due to this magnetic field, there is a force that will exerted on that will be exerted on the conductor. Here the conductor is basically this, and the wheel is made up of metal. So that metal is also conducting electricity. So the electricity is passing, then the conductor will start to move. Due to this movement, then this wheel will go to this side, this tooth will go to this side, and due to inertia of motion, another tooth will come to this place and it will touch the mercury level. So current is also then passed. When the tooth is going there, the circuit is broken. There is no electricity passing through the current and passing through the conductor and coming to the mercury. Whenever this tooth touches the mercury level, again the electric circuit is joined and the current is flowing into the mercury. So this is happening. So there is a motion, the wheel starts rotating like this way. So direction of motion according to Fleming's rule, this is the magnetic field. This is the magnetic field, this is the flow of current, and the direction of motion is anti-clockwise like this. So Barlow's wheel is an experiment, is an arrangement where Fleming's rule, left hand rule is obeyed, and inertia magnetic field generates electricity, generates movement of conductor, that is happening. Okay. Very soon we have discussed Barlow's wheel. It again electric motor. Now we are discussing electric motor, which is converted. Electric motor is a device in which electric energy is converted in mechanical energy. When an electric current is passed through a conductor placed perpendicularly in a magnetic field like this, again Fleming's left hand rule is obeyed here. All the motors or Barlow's wheel, any device, any electromagnetic device, whereas electric field as well as magnetic field is present, there we should apply those Ampere swimming rule and right hand grasp rule, that is already discussed. And now application of all these are application of Fleming's left hand rule. So when an electric current is passed through the conductor placed perpendicularly in a magnetic field, a force acts on the conductor and the conductor begins to move obeying Fleming's left hand rule, and the mechanical energy is obtained due to the motion, due to movement. What is happening? Kinetic energy is producing. Kinetic energy is a part of mechanical energy. So mechanical energy is obtained due to the electric energy. From where electric energy is generated? Electric energy is generated with the electricity, from the electricity that is passing through the conductor, and it is placed in perpendicularly with a magnetic field. So that's why this is in motion. Actually it was the conductor, a conductor was previously there, and it is placed in between a magnetic field. That's why it starts moving and mechanical energy is obtained. This is the working principle of motor. So this is a very important question, which energy is obtained by electrical motor. By electrical motor we get mechanical energy, and where is it used? It is used in our home in the pumps, in which all the water that is accumulated in the ground floor that goes to upper floors with the help of motor, electric motor. We say it as pump, electric pump. Now we are going to discuss about electromagnetic induction, a marvelous experiment by Michael Faraday. We have taken a solenoid, cylinder type of substance, and copper wire, insulated copper wire is spirally wound over it. A galvanometer is present here, which is able to detect the presence of current in the circuit. Here a magnet is placed, and this is a permanent magnet, and this is north pole, south pole, and at first there is no motion between this solenoid or electrical circuit and this magnet. This magnet is fixed and the electric circuit is fixed, and no current is passing through the electric circuit because there is no magnetic field is not generated, or magnetic flux that is generated, that is not passing through the solenoid. The solenoid is here, but the magnetic flux is not passing through the solenoid, because so there is no relative motion, V is equal to 0, magnet is fixed here, I am not moving that magnet. In the next case, I am moving the magnet towards this side, I mean to say towards the solenoid, I am moving the north pole towards the solenoid, and we can see that there are magnetic flux. Flux means the magnetic lines of force. If a magnet is placed here, there will be magnetic field like this way in both of the sides, north pole, south pole, magnetic field lines are like this, and these field lines crosses the solenoid per unit time denotes the number of flux. Number of flux depends on the strength of the magnet. If the magnet is powerful, then the number of flux that will be generated, that will be obviously more number of flux. So, more number of magnetic field lines are passing into the solenoid. So, the galvanometer, now we can see that at first there was no current produced in the electrical circuit. When the magnet starts moving towards the solenoid, current is produced in the electrical circuit, and that is why the needle of the galvanometer detects to moved into right side. So, the current is passing through this side, right side, and here that as this is a magnet, it also, the conductor starts also behaving like a magnet, and north pole is generated. Why here the pole is north? It should be south. If this is a magnet, this is also a magnet, then there must be an attraction, so it should be south, but here it is north. Why? Because due to the, as we can see that the current is produced in the circuit, a current produced due to a potential difference or due to EMF, electromotive force. This electromotive force try to oppose the current, try to oppose the magnetic field. That's why the opposite pole is not produced here. Same pole is produced so that the electromotive force can repel the magnetic force. Okay. So, in the next case, we are moving the magnet away from the solenoid. Here we have moved the magnet towards the solenoid, and we can see the more amount of magnetic flux is produced. So, more amount of magnetic flux, so to oppose it, more amount of EMF is also produced. The opposing force EMF, that is also more. Here we can see, as we are moving it from away from the solenoid, number of flux that is generated, that is low, because as soon as it is moving so long and there will be no magnetic flux, or magnetic flux, that will be very few number of magnetic flux are passing into the solenoid. So that same amount, opposite pole that is generated S, and this is again an EMF that is generated, that is also low EMF is generated. That means now the force that is generated inside the solenoid, it has not that much capacity to oppose the magnetic field. That's why opposite poles are already created. So, this again we can see that the direction of motion of magnet is different in both of the cases. Here the direction is toward this side, and here the direction of motion of the magnet toward that side. That's why look at very carefully, direction of current is also changed. Here the direction of needle towards right side, here the direction of needle toward left side. So, again Fleming's left hand rule is obeyed here. Magnetic force, current in motion, direction of flow of current, and conductor is also in motion. So, these three forces are happening here. So, we will say that this current that is generated inside the solenoid is known as induced current. The current produced in a closed coil due to relative motion between the magnet and the solenoid is known as induced current, because it is producing as long as there is motion. If there is no motion, no current is generating. So, this is induced current. Induced means it is not original, it is happening due to some reason, and the reason is the relative motion between both of them, between the conductor and the magnet. When this is absent, when motion is absent, no current is created. So, this is always induced current, and whenever there is current, there is some electromotive force, and that electromotive force is known as electromagnetic induction, and this phenomena is known as electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is denoted mathematically by this symbol phi, and this phi depends on, this is actually magnetic flux. Magnetic flux d phi dt depends on two factors. One of the factor is number of turns present in the solenoid. If here the number of turns are 5, in each of the solenoid number of turns are 5. If I change both of them, the number of turns and the motion of the magnet, then the result will be different. So, magnetic flux depends on the number of turns and the relative motion between the magnet and the solenoid. After Faraday's law, another more important law is about electromagnetic induction is Lenz's law. What is Lenz's law? The direction of induced EMF. Induced EMF means that is generated inside the solenoid or inside the conductor is in such a way, the direction of EMF is in such a way, in such a direction so as to oppose the cause of which produces it. Which produces it? It is produced due to the magnetic field, due to the magnet. So, the direction of EMF is in such a direction that it can oppose the magnetic field. It follows the principle of conservation of energy, because whenever the magnetic fields or magnetic flux are entering inside the solenoid, if there are more energy, more amount of energy is created, then it is violating conservation of principle of energy. But it is not happening. So, kinetic energy is increasing. If the velocities of magnet is increasing, more amount of magnetic field of lines are entering inside the solenoid, and if there is more kinetic energy is produced, then it is actually violating that principle. That's why to reduce that energy, to maintain a balance of decrease of magnetic field and EMF, there is actually lower same amount of not same amount of proportional amount of EMF, but in opposite direction is producing, because EMF is proportional to the magnetic lines of force. So, it is proportional, but its direction is in opposite side. Okay. Now, how many types of currents are there? There are two types of current, DC or direct current, AC or alternating current. DC means direct current and AC means alternating current. Very soon we have seen that whenever the magnet was going towards the solenoid, the detection of galvanometer was right side. Whenever the magnet was going far away from the solenoid, the detection of the current produced in left side. So, we can see the direction of current can be reversed, can be two types, in two directions also. It's not that the current is always going from positive terminal to negative terminal. In which type the current which always flows from positive to negative, that is known as direct current or DC, and it flows in one direction with a fixed current and fixed voltage. As the current is fixed, voltage is fixed. And in alternating current or AC, that is again known as variable current, because it depends on the voltage present in the circuit. Voltage can be stepped up or stepped down by using a device known as transformer. Transformer is a device that is used to increase the voltage or decrease the voltage. The transformer that is used to increase the voltage known as step up transformer, and that is used to decrease the voltage or EMF is known as step down transformer. So, by using transformer, we can change the voltage of alternating current in that circuit, and so the current will be also changed. So, it is always it is very clear that the AC is always useful than DC. This is the most important question for examination. Why is AC useful than DC? Because from DC we always get a fixed current, fixed voltage, but by using AC we can get variable current and we can change the voltage. Where lower amount of voltage is needed, we can use AC. So in our home, in so many industries, everywhere AC is used, and it is DC is used by battery cell. So in torch, in wristwatch, in those appliances, DC current is needed, and DC is used, and AC is used in home or industries. Okay, a device known as electric generator, just its function is opposite to electric motor. In electric motor, we have seen that the electric energy converted into mechanical energy, and here mechanical energy converted into electric energy. So basically electricity is produced by generator. So there are two types of generator, AC generator or alternator that produces only alternating current, and DC generator or dynamo that produces DC currents. And in alternator, there are rotation of the magnetic coil. Magnetic coil is rotating as due to this magnetic field lines is passing into the solenoid, and an EMF is generated. This EMF has a difference between the two terminals of the coil. You have seen in your book that there is a picture of AC generator where ABCD, that is a rectangular coil present, and that is rotating in two opposite direction. Due to this opposite direction or reversing direction, there is a frequency. Suppose the AC has a frequency of 50 Hertz. 50 Hertz. 50 Hertz means frequency of 50 Hertz means it is revolving, the revolution per second. Frequency means revolution per second is 50, and 50 times it is revolving 50 times per second, and the revolution is opposite in opposite directions also. Okay, so this is the way of AC generator. And DC generator, always a direct current is generated. AC is used in power stations, and from those power stations we get our electricity that is used in our homes. Okay, we are discussing the domestic electric current, about the domestic electric current, about the domestic electric circuit. So what are the components of electric circuit? The components of electric circuits are switch, socket, electric wires, and main switch. Main switch is connected with the main fuse. Main fuse is that device through which the total circuits of our homes are made. The connections that are coming from the electrical substations that is entering in our house through main fuse and main switch. So next, electric wires. There are three types of electric wires that is always insulated, that must be always insulated, and there are three types of wire. One is live wire, another is that is red in color, another is neutral wire, that is black in color, and another is earth wire. It is used in earthing. All conductors are always earthed, because whenever if there is if the electric wires, the coating of electric wires are being melted, if they are melted, then the then the current will touch the live wire and the appliances will be electrified. If someone touch the appliance, he will get an electric shock. So to reduce that accident, there are always use earth wire, and in which earthings are took place. That is green in color. Earth wire is green in color. Earthing is done due to for avoiding the accidents happen due to electric shock. Next is socket, which is used to insert the plug. In your home, obviously you have seen electric plugs like this. There is a bigger hole, the triangular metallic base, and there is a bigger hole in which earth wire is inserted. Earth wire is inserted through in which, and in the right side there is live wire is inserted in the right side, and neutral wire is inserted in the left side. And this metallic case in which this is kept, that is known as socket. actually in which the plug is inserted is known as socket, and the last component is switch. That is a off on device by which you can break the electric circuit or you can join the electric circuit. That means electricity will pass through the conductor or through the wires only when switch is on, and if the switch is off, electricity will not pass through the electric wires. So these are the basic components of electric circuits used in our homes. You will see that there is a representation of household electric circuit arrangement. Just look it very carefully, and all the chapters, all the topics of current electricity are done. Okay.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.